Hi there, thank you so much for watching and welcome to a new video. If you follow me on Instagram, which I hope you are because I am obsessed with being in touch with you every day, then you know how much I love doing my own manicure. I post on Instagram at least one look a week. I love doing my own nails. It's so relaxing. I make it a point every Sunday to allocate 1 hour and dedicate that hour to coming up with a creative design, doing my own nails and watching something on TV that I enjoy. It's therapeutic, it's my time. It's one of the ways that I use to relax and recharge for the week ahead. So because I love posting all these different looks that I do, I started receiving requests to actually record a nail tutorial. And because I love getting your video suggestions so much, if they're within my means and I'm able to do them, then I do them. This is a perfect scenario. You guys have requested a DIY mani tutorial and I wanted to put that together for you. I've created different looks, all for summer, and I hope you'll enjoy. Before I start with the first look, I know that somebody is bound to ask me somewhere if these are my real nails. The answer is yes. However, they didn't grow this big on their own. I have very brittle nails, so what I do actually is that I have a thin layer of acrylic on every single one of my nails. So I'm going to start with the first look because I don't want this video to be an hour long. I thank you so much for watching. I love you and appreciate you for being here, and that's it. Let's get started.
Alright my friends, so for the first look I went with the vibrant yellow as the base and predominant color because it's such a happy color and perfect for summer. The technique I use to apply the polish is simple, but it does take practice, so please don't lose patience. I basically place the brush closer to the bottom of the nail to discard some of the product and then slowly push the polish toward the cuticles for better control. I move slowly toward the edges, and if I happen to get any polish on my skin after applying that coat fully, I basically use a pointy nail filer to correct a mistake. Please don't be grossed out by my filer. I know it looks gnarly, but it's just nail polish. I always apply 2, sometimes even 3 coats of the polish because I don't like to see any streaks. You probably know what I'm talking about. And this is what we have so far. I let this air dry for about 2-3 minutes, then apply my favorite top coat of all time. It's really shiny and the nails dry so fast I just don't even know what to do with myself. I wait for that to dry, check Insta, like some pictures, and then it's time for the designs. So please don't laugh, but when it comes to nail art, I typically use something like this for help. Anything disposable really. In this case, the packaging my Sharpie pens came in. I basically just put the color in it and I extract it from there for the designs. From an online nail supply store, I recently bought all sorts of different tools, and this dotting tool was one of them. You can use bobby pins to do dots, by the way, but you know, pins go missing so often. I didn't want to waste any more of them than I have to, so I use this tool. And here's the thing, with any of these designs I'll show you, you can either have the same design on both hands or you can alternate fingers and patterns. In this case, the middle and ring fingers have the designs switched up, and the dots on the right hand side are slightly larger than the ones on the left hand, so you can see the difference between the two and decide which kind you'd like better for yourself. I wait for them to dry, then apply the last coat, and I wait for them to dry because I don't want any smudges. And this is the final look. I'm a big fan of pastels and love using them spring and summer. They can make any crazy design look more elegant, I think. And here I basically use a different color for each finger. I will post in the video description all the polishes I used in case you're curious, so definitely check the description box if you would like to know. 2 coats of each color, then the same application and cleanup techniques I showed earlier. After a couple of minutes, I apply the top coat, and when that fully dries, I go into the design. For this look, I decided to go with little hearts. To be honest, I do prefer using the water transfer nail stickers so much better. You basically get them really wet, then apply them onto the nails, dry with a blow dryer, and top with a clear coat. I do believe they look so good, you can't even see the edges. But for the beauties who don't want to use stickers, I decided to do the hearts myself and show you how I would make them, and oh dear, patience is needed. I tried doing this with the brush and with the dotting tool, and I found that using the dotting tool first and then the brush in the end for touch-ups was the better route. For the thumb and pinky, I changed things up a little bit so the overall look wouldn't be too much, if that makes sense. Wait about 10-15 minutes to dry and top with a clear coat, and now we're done with look number 2. For the third mani, I did a gradual progression of color. Whatever you choose as the predominant color out of the two, apply that on the thumb. The second color will be applied on the index finger, as you'll see, and the other three will show the transition. So on the pinky, I placed the tape slightly above the tip. Then I applied one coat. The tape on the ring finger will go down more, basically below the tip. I do a coat of that lighter color on this nail as well. The pinky had a little air drying time, so I go back to apply the second coat, then a second coat on the ring finger, and then remove the tape from both. With a pointy Q-tip dipped in acetone, I clean up any mistakes. Remove the tape before the polish dries too much, or it will peel some of it off. It's much easier to clean up smudges than to have polish missing, if that makes sense. The middle finger now has the tape placed in the middle of the nail bed. I apply a coat of the same color, and while that's drying a little bit, I apply the second color over the index finger entirely. Then I apply a second coat on the middle finger, a second coat on the thumb, and index fingers. Where we had the tape on earlier, there will be missing spots, right? So I gently apply the darker color I refer to as the second color in those spots. Hope this is not too confusing. If it is, I'm so sorry. I don't know how to better explain this, but hopefully the visual will help. Oh, and my phone is going off. I'm sorry. I like this combination because the colors are similar, but the difference between the two will be obvious. Let them dry before applying the top coat so there's no smudging or color transfer. As far as the design, you can go for some flowers on the outside corners, or you can use some nail tape. This one is silver, and I thought it would go well with the color choices. I remove the extra tape with a nail file, but if you notice, I don't go up and down in a continuous movement because I don't want to ruin any of the work I just did. So I make contact with the file, then swipe it down really quickly in one swift motion. Move away from the nail, bring back to the top, and repeat the movement. And that's it for look number 3. I love this next design because the final look is so happy to me, and I can't seem to get emotionally mature with my designs. I swear, I'll be 60 wearing daisies on my nails. More than anything though, the 3 things I hope to put across in this video are: 1. To try using a pointed metal file immediately after each coat of nail polish to help clean any mistakes much better and much faster. 2nd is to practice the application technique, especially if you're like me and like a little bit of space between the cuticle and the polish. And lastly, make sure to give the nails enough time to dry between each one of the applications. So basically between the coats of nail polish and the top coat, between the top coat and the design, and lastly between the design and the final clear coat that will go on top of the art you just did. If you do that, you will avoid color transfers, bubbles, and keep everything neat. So here's a design, and before calling it a day, I like to add a little bit of that glitter on top of it so the ring finger and middle finger designs can come together and make a cohesive look. Keeping it classic, black and white with this mani, because classic goes with every season, of course. A quick last tip: if you notice, as I'm applying the polish, I keep the hand I'm applying with steady while moving the actual finger I wipe with polish. So I don't try to maneuver the brush to get to all the areas as much as I move my finger around. This takes a little getting used to, yes, but the technique does offer more coverage with more control and less mess. Oh my gosh, listen to me, I sound like an infomercial. But wait, there's more! On that note, if you haven't checked out the video I launched 2 days ago about the summer beauty hacks, and you have noticed that your polish tends to bubble, that could be because of the higher temperature of the bottle. So especially during the summer, try placing the polishes you'll use for at least an hour in the fridge before using them. You'll definitely see the difference. Lastly, the key to this writing, by the way, is going light with the brush. I go light and build up the letters, then push too hard, and now the letters look bulky and weird. Aww, love.
So what did you think? I hope you liked this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did. If you'd like to stay in touch with me, please subscribe below. I would love it and appreciate it so much if you chose to be part of this community. If you have any mani looks that you would like me to see, tag me in your photos. I'm on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and pretty much Pinterest and every other platform that you can think about. I am there. Find me and let's stay connected. I love you so much for watching and being part of this family. May good luck and fortune follow you everywhere you go today and every day. Thank you for being here, and I can't wait to see you very soon in a new video, of course.